What's up guys? On this video, I show you an in-depth look of my story.
A few moments later.
One thing about Bali is the food is dangerously good. It is amazing. People come here, you think you're gonna get in shape? Wrong. You're gonna get fat. Alright, before we get on to devouring this meal, I want to take you guys back to the villa and we'll get on with the value segment of this video. What's up everyone? Welcome back to video number 5 out of a 100-day video series here on my channel. Before we get into today's video, yesterday's coaching call winner is Jack Thorne. Jack, you're 17 years old. You're on the move, you're hustling. Reach out to me on Facebook, man, and we'll set something up and we'll get you started on the right path, okay? So today's video, there's gonna be a new coaching call contest. All you have to do is jump in the comment section below, drop a comment, thumbs up this video, and on Sunday, I'm going to announce 3 winners to have a coaching call with me, all right? I think there's more opportunity for you guys to win and it should be really cool. All right, so comment section, Sunday, I'll announce the winner. All right, so before I got too far into this 100-day video series, I wanted to let you guys know a little bit about me, who I am, where I've come from, and what I'm on the move for doing. I think that it will help you get to know me a little bit more and build some trust before I start spitting all this value in the next 95 days, okay? So about me, I was a regular kid from a regular family and a regular home in Toronto, Canada. And basically I raced motocross, dirt bikes from a young age. I started when I was 5 and I raced all around the world, and I was homeschooled and I was jumping back and forth between high school and homeschool, and I raced my whole life. I was pretty good. Won a lot of races, won a lot of championships, got a lot of sponsors. I broke a lot of bones. Remember one year I broke 9 bones in my hand at one time. That sucked, but I healed, everything is good. So I raced my whole life. It was my duty, it was my job. I didn't care about high school or education because when I was 14 in grade 9, I was a professional motocross racer. So I did not care what kind of marks I had. I just wanted to pass high school and get on with being a professional racer. The problem with that was when I was 16, I was one of the best in all of Canada and the money wasn't there. I think it has to do with normal Canadian sports. The US was always better and we didn't have the financial capabilities to go down to the United States and compete with all the big players. So at that point, it was a choosing point between, do we try and build up money and then go all in, or is it time to find something like an alternative route? I decided it was best to find an alternative route. It was really hard for me because it was a decision that I had to walk away from my whole life. I didn't know anything else, so I announced my retirement. I told my sponsors, my friends, my family that was it for me. It was time to find something new. I had to find a better quality of life than what motocross could provide me. That was when I was 16. I started looking around for jobs because I was starting over. All I knew was racing, so now it was time to establish myself in the real world like I wanted. I got into the job world. I was working at grocery stores and handyman jobs and things like that. And that was terrible. I worked really hard. I was taking crap from a lot of people that I didn't respect, nor did they respect me. It was a really hard transition because you go from being like interviewed on TV and magazine articles, sponsorship, and being in the limelight to being under the foot of some 50-year-old negative person working in a grocery store, and you have to bow down to what they say. And that was just like a big kick to the nuts. So I was not thrilled. So after like 6 months of working in the job world, I went back to racing and I was like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. I wasn't cut out for the job world. And that was that. And got back into racing and it wasn't for me. I wasn't having fun. I couldn't get motivated to go and train and win races, and I just was like, nope, can't do it. So stopped racing all over again, and then A friend introduced me to The Secret, and it's, if you're not sure what The Secret is, it's basically the law of attraction. And when I watched that movie, it put me in the driver's seat. It really made me feel like I had control of the outcome in my life, and it was a turning point in my life. So from there, I started thinking better. I moved out. I was focused. I had a full-time job. I had a part-time job. I was saving up to buy my first house. And then as soon as everything was going good, I sabotaged myself for some reason. Still to this day, I haven't figured it out, but I put the brakes on. My best guess is the closer I got to my vision of success, the farther away I got from my friends and family. And I felt like I had to choose. And I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but I'm putting my finger on it. So I really went back and forth for like the next 7 years of my life, racing jobs, going from one business idea, starting it, and then going back to a workforce, talking myself out of it. And it was just like a juggling, not knowing what I was supposed to do in life, not having any sort of momentum. And it was a really big problem. I was really hard on myself. I would not go out with my friends and party because I'm like, nope, I have to go focus. But I wouldn't actually get anything done. And that was a big problem. When I was 24 years old, that all changed. I was dating this girl at the end of 2016, and everything was terrible. I was partying. I was not thinking straight. I was going down a dark path, and it just wasn't a good place to be. And I was really mad at myself around November, December of 2016. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in that situation. So basically I broke up with her, and I was like, I'm going into 2017 and you're not coming with me. I needed to change my life, and I was serious about it. So going into 2017, I knew that this was going to be the year. This was going to be my breakout year, and I wasn't going to go to the end of 2017 thinking that, okay, next 2018, I'm going to change my life. No, it was now. 2017 was my moment. So at the beginning of 2017, I got a job as a back server, and that was the worst thing ever. It was put me to the test limits for sure. I was polishing glasses, and I was cutting bread, making sure the restaurant ran smoothly. I was the bottom of the totem pole, and I was 24 years old. And my goal was to make $350 a week. And if I could do that, I was happy at the end of a 2-week period. So battling with myself to go into work every day, I just knew that the whole time I was meant for something more. And that moment came when I went to a work party, and I was talking with some coworkers. We're playing beer pong, having a good time, and this girl comes up to me and she says, "James, I need to talk to you." I said, "Okay, that sounds good. Let's go and talk." And basically she looks at me, and she looks at me with disgust, and she goes, "What happened to you?" And I remember being gut punched so hard by life that it like rocked my world. She says, "What happened to you? You used to have all these big ideas. You used to say that you were going to do all these things, and now you're here with all of us. What happened?" I have never been more embarrassed in my entire life. It was really hard for me to even be there in that moment. I left. I didn't even finish my beer. I was gone, went home, and I was like, okay, that's it. This is the moment that my life changed. No more. It was a turning point of my life. Next day I went to work like I owned the place. I knew my attitude was changed. I knew everyone's job. I knew when people are slacking. I knew what department needed to go better in order to get the outcome back on track. I knew if we were slow on the bar, I knew that was because there was a problem over there. I was like full on workhorse, and I was like employee of the month. And quickly soon I realized I wasn't cut out for this place because I was outperforming my managers and their managers. So I went home and I started looking for answers. And I came across a video about Amazon FBA, about this kid making all this money. I was like, well, surely if he could do it, I could do it too. So I spent as much as I could when I wasn't working, learning about Amazon, still working, and I found that working at my job was taking away from my learning from Amazon, and I just couldn't do it. So I quit my job. I was now jobless, and I had very little money. I had about $2,000 saved up for my job and my tax return that I got, and I decided to go all in. I took a course, I studied, I mastered what I was taught, and I went all in. It was $1,700 for my first 500 units of inventory, and it had no choice but to work. it had no choice because that was all my money. All my money, I had no job. I was living at home. I was 24, turning 25, and I wasn't going back. I wasn't going back to a regular job. This had to work. So I did everything I could. I was obsessed. I locked myself in my room for the next 2 months. Didn't hang out with friends. I didn't do social hour. I didn't watch movies. I didn't waste time. I basically sat in my room and did nothing but work. And to the point where, my family thought that something was wrong with me, like I was all depressed, but no, I was just in my room working. And I think that's what it took. I think that's what it took for me to get to the next level. Long story short, my first 500 units of inventory got to Amazon on April 4th. That was day 1 of a new life. And I sold out of all 500 units in 6 days, and it was crazy. Totally blew up my mind. And then that was that. I had to borrow money from my friend to reorder that, sold out within like 14 days of like 1,500 units, and it was just absolutely bonkers. I started documenting my success on YouTube and kind of built a following from that. I started having more success in Amazon, launched new products, and then kept sharing my strategies with people on YouTube. Decided I was making enough money to move out, moved out, went from Toronto, Ontario to Vancouver, other side of Canada, and I was loving life. At the same time, I started affiliate marketing. That was absolutely bonkers. I was making like $1,000, $2,000 days, and I didn't have to do anything, and that was really crazy to me. And so when you add that mixed with the Amazon sales, I got to a 6-figure profit before 90 days was up. It was so much money from affiliate marketing and Amazon that it was rocking. So it was really mind-blowing to me, broken Jobless to 6 figures in 90 days. It was really a moving experience. So when I landed in Vancouver, I was there for a month, had some fun, and I was like, well, why do I need to stay here? So I got on the next flight out and I went to Thailand. I landed in Koh Samui, Thailand, and I stayed there for a month. I got this big, huge villa, and it was really cool, really fun. And since then I've been traveling around. I've been to Hawaii twice. I've been to the Philippines. I've been to Spain. I've been to Amsterdam. I've been to Singapore. I've been just really all over the place, and it's just been really, really crazy until I went to Hawaii for the second time, and I was there and I figured out how much I had to spend to live comfortably, and that answer was like $5,000 a month, and that's not something that I wanted to do. So I basically jumped on the next flight out to Bali and didn't know anybody in Bali, didn't know what to expect. I just knew that there was palm trees and a lot of monkeys and yoga people. So I jumped on a flight, went to Bali, immediately started making friends. I made a friend on the plane, and then the next day I went to a co-working spot and I met one of my best buddies who's now my roommate here in Bali, and it was just a totally moving experience. Now we're totally focused. I've bought a villa here in Bali for 1 year. It's a 3-bedroom, 4-bath villa, renovated it, totally modern, and I'm using it as a rental property so I can rent out some of the rooms so I can bring my living expenses down to zero while I build a business. I've launched multiple more products on Amazon, affiliate marketing still going well. We're working strides to build that better, and we're moving aggressively into the future. I've built a Facebook group of 14,000 members. My YouTube channel is at 14,000 subscribers, and we just basically relaunched that. And we're doing everything we can to build for 2018 and make 2018 the best year of my life. So I'm super excited. I'm super grateful. I cannot believe how quickly everything turned around once you have all your ducks in a row. Now, if you guys think that this was a 1-year success story, absolutely not. For the past 7 years, I was learning rules and lessons that I've applied to this year, and it's really helped me, become an overnight success, if you would call it. It doesn't happen like that. You have to be patient. You always have to think about the end in mind. You have to work backwards, and you have to take persistent action. That was my problem. I was taking action, but then I would stop. I would sabotage myself. Don't let that happen to you. Stay and move into a positive environment. Change your surroundings, change how you talk, you think, and take consistent action, and then a right opportunity will come your way and you'll be ready for it. It's better to have an opportunity and be prepared for it than have an opportunity and not be prepared. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're on the move. All right, and yeah, that's about it. Now I'm here and just hanging out, working hard, getting ready for 2018, and I cannot wait to bring 94 more videos to you guys on YouTube, probably longer. I know I'm gonna get addicted and have fun talking to you guys so much, so I'll probably end up making many more than just 100 videos, so I can't wait. But now you know a bit about me, and I cannot wait to learn more about you. All right, if you guys found this story inspirational or motivational or helpful at all, drop me a like, hit that subscribe button, and then we'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. All right, thanks guys.